he spies, he sees David, and he makes this direct route for him. And the verse, you almost wish it was longer. You wish that it explained more of the details. But again, you can just kind of picture Abishai just fighting his way across the field just in time to save David, and then to kill the giant Ishbi-Benob. And you can imagine that and see that. And then you can also imagine, I can picture it, what happens next. Because the rest of the verse goes on to say this. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, came to his aid, attacked the Philistine, and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, "You shall no longer go out with us to battle, lest you quench the lamp of Israel." So can you imagine them, maybe as things calm down a little bit, or as they're having their rations at the end of the day, when Abishai says, "King David, can I speak with you? Don't ever do that again. You are forced into retirement. You're a liability. It's too dangerous for you. That could have been the end of you. David, sire, my king, you're not as young as you used to be." And so it says that it's not just Abishai, but it's the group of them. Maybe it's like some intervention, and they all just say, "David, you can't go out anymore. You have to stay in." And what's not happening, though, is this is not them criticizing him for the sake of just highlighting flaws. This is not them gloating about how you're not as strong as you used to be, and I'm stronger than you now, David. What this is an opportunity for them to, in essence, express their love and their care for this man that means so much to them. David, as a king, and especially as a military commander, is someone who always receives supreme loyalty from his troops. Now, of course, there are people that turn against him, but there's always these fiercely loyal men that are never going to leave David's side. We met one of them a few chapters ago, a man called Ittai the Gittite. And when he is discouraged from following David, David says, "Oh, just go home, I'll be fine on my own." He says, "As the Lord lives, wherever my lord the king shall be, whether for death or life, there also will your servant be." So Ittai says, "Yeah, I might die by your side, but at least I'll be by your side. I'm never going to leave you, David." We see in chapter 18, when David is suiting up for armor and about to go into battle up against his son, Absalom, sorry. As he goes up against Absalom, we see that his troops, they stop him. They say this, "You shall not go out. For if we flee, they will not care about us. If half of us die, they will not care about us. But you are worth 10,000 of us. Therefore, it's better that you stay here and that you can send help from the city." They say, "You are worth 10,000 of us, David. You stay, we'll go." And then we'll see in chapter 23, in a couple of weeks' time, we read about a group of 3 of his most loyal soldiers that sneak behind enemy lines in order to get him a drink from his favorite well in Bethlehem, as just a sign of their love and devotion to him. And so we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks' time. But we should have that picture, that composite picture of David as a man who's loved by his followers. His followers are willing to go anywhere for him, to do anything for him. They would say amongst themselves that no risk is too great for their king, David. And so, of course, how can I not just have a brief aside to ask, don't you want to have that same kind of loyalty to the Son of David, to our King, Jesus Christ? That we can say that we're willing to go anywhere with him, to do anything for him, to say that no risk is too great in the service of our King, Jesus Christ. I came across a verse in my own private reading throughout this week in Revelation 14, and it describes this group of people that have lived and now are alive in heaven, and it says that it is these who follow the Lamb wherever he goes. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. Revelation 14:4. They follow the Lamb wherever he goes. And so my prayer personally, and maybe it can be our prayer, that God would give us this heart of loyalty that we see in these followers of David in the Old Testament, and we see these followers of Christ in Revelation, that for us now, that we would say that we're willing to follow the Lamb wherever he goes.